Hi, this is Water and Air 1111. Thank you for watching another video of mine. Thank you to everyone who's been liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel and to my videos, and to everyone who's been coming to me for personal readings. If you are interested in a personal reading, then the link to my website is in the description, as well as the link to my Instago if you just need a few cards to answer your question. So I hope you've all been doing well. Let me know how you've been doing energetically. I've been feeling, excuse me, I've been feeling more in this attached feeling, more and just ready to release even more, of course, and just have more of that kind of, yeah, more of like a healthy release, feeling the push to release things with my divine masculine, and just having more of an energetic distance. And I feel like when that happens, it kind of means that more is to be healed, and especially I feel like I felt some things from my twin, things coming up to be healed as well. So I feel like a lot of healing is going on right now. A lot of heart-based things, heart chakra stuff is happening right now as well. Let me know in the comments how you have been doing. But what I want to do for this week's reading, and this is going to be for the Divine Masculine, I want to use my Heal Yourself reading cards just because I really love these cards. I feel like they're so accurate, and whenever I open the box, I smell something, and I don't know how to describe it, but it just is, I don't know, something with this deck. It's weird. Um, yeah, but I want to use this deck, and I basically want to look at three different things. So what's being healed for the Divine Masculine in terms of his 3D life, what's being healed for the Divine Masculine in terms of his, specifically his connection with his twin flame, and what's being healed for the Divine Masculine in terms of his kind of emotional body, emotional growth, okay? And so I feel like looking at these different aspects will give us like just a better overall view for what's going on with the Divine Masculine and how and maybe why things are playing out the way they are. Okay, so we're going to get three cards. So what is being healed for the Divine Masculine in terms of their 3D life? What are they working on healing? What are they focusing on right now? Divine Masculine Collective. What is Divine Masculine Collective working on healing regarding their 3D life? Ooh. Okay, in their 3D life, they're working on healing love. So let's go. The next card is going to be, actually I'll do it one section at a time because I think that will be easier. Okay, so this card is what the Divine Masculine Collective is working on healing regarding their 3D life. So we got the Love card. And in this card, as you can see, there's a man in a painting who's kind of looking at the woman who is like the 3D person in this card. So I feel like right now the Divine Masculine Collective, they're working on, in their 3D life, they're working on what they perceive love to be. Like, what are the actual manifestations? What are the actual actions? The cues that signify that something or someone feels love, and what's the appropriate way of showing love. So I feel the Divine Masculine, you may be looking at different relationships in your life, looking at your past relationships in your life, your parents, the core relationships that you grew up with as a child through when you were adult until when you started having those other kind of adult relationships, romantic relationships with other people. And you're really working and examining and thinking about how that person or those people expressed a love to one another, how someone expressed their love to you, and how you express love back to them. And since this is something that you're working on healing right now within your 3D life, you're taking like a serious, I feel like this is a serious review of the people around you. And it's not just like romantically, but also in a platonic way, like friendship love. How do you show love to other people? Maybe you give of yourself too much in terms of your time, in terms of your finances. Maybe you try to show love in a more physical way because you think maybe you grew up seeing that, oh, well, if you know, are more physically involved with someone, then that's a way to show your love. Or you may even be thinking about how other people have, and I'm getting some of you, you may have some of you who were in maybe a household where there was something more physical or emotional abuse going on. You're thinking about those things and how maybe at one point, since you grew up around that, you thought that was love, or you thought that was kind of quote unquote normal. But you're looking at those things and you're realizing that's not really what love is supposed to feel like. And it's not really what the love that you want to receive or the love that you want to give out. It's not like kind of repeating those patterns. And the bottom of the deck is entrapment. So for some of you, those of you who have been looking at how you show your love, how you show your affection to people in your life, you've been realizing that it's almost been a cycle, like a repeating cycle with different, it's like same situation, different day, that type of thing, where you've been repeating kind of your ideas of love or kind of your love behaviors with different people in a cyclical way where it made you feel that that was the normal. It made you feel like that's what love is supposed to look like. So with this entrapment card as the bottom of the deck, I feel like some of you are realizing, Divine Masculine, that how you've been playing out love based on especially core relationships you saw growing up, but also just with other adult or relationships you had as an adult, that you've been kind of trapped in certain cycles regarding love. And that's what you have been reflecting on and healing and working to heal. So let's get some cards just to clarify this. So how is the Divine Masculine, how is love being healed with his 3D life? And it's really interesting, before I shuffle for the cards, it's really interesting that this is coming up for what the Divine Masculine is healing for their 3D life, love, because just to generalize, which I mean may not apply to everyone, but to generalize, it seems like sometimes the Divine Masculine is used to dealing with things in the 3D realm. So for the Divine Masculine, for you to be really thinking about love in the 3D realm, love in the 3D world where you kind of hold court, where that's your comfort zone, it means that there's a certain level of, I feel like, readiness that's happening right now. It's like you're ready to address things in your home, in your world, in the sphere where you feel most comfortable. And this is something serious. It's not something little. It's love. It's something that everyone wants, in a healthy way. So really looking at how you show love to your partner, to your twin, to your parents, to your friends, to yourself. I feel like that's a big step. So why is this love card coming up for what the Divine Masculine are healing in their 3D lives? The High Priestess. So again, I think I may have said this already, but the Divine Masculine, it's like you're feeling ready to clean house. I feel like you know that this is something you have to do. You've been guided to really be introspective, to really think about love, to think about the people in your life and how you relate to them. You're looking at things from a different perspective. You've been experiencing this shift, and now this shift is happening in that 3D realm where you typically feel most comfortable. So it's almost like I said, having that readiness, knowing next I have to tackle how I relate to other people, how I express myself, express love to other people, and how other people express love to me. In the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Cups. So you've realized that love can come in different forms and fashions, and that expressing love can have different forms and fashions. But now it's just like you're having this higher knowing, that this higher understanding that the love that you want to receive or that you desire or have been receiving isn't completely reflective with what's in your 3D life, with like your friends, your family, your job, your karmic if you have one. Like, it's not completely matching up, and you're knowing that this is something that you need to address. How you view love, how you treat people, how you express your love to people, how others express their love to you. Yeah, Page of Wands in reverse. So some of you are realizing that you're not wanting to go forward anymore with certain relationships that maybe have become normal to you, that you had previously been this Page of Wands, ready to start a new chapter, ready to have fun. You had been passionate about this person or this connection. But because you're experiencing this shift from within, you're able to look outside of yourself and see that maybe the passion is dying, or what you thought was so stable, what you thought was going to be long-lasting is not as long-lasting as maybe you initially had perceived. And so I want to get another card from the Rider-Waite deck. So for the Divine Masculine in this love card, why is this coming through now? What is it really showing them? Strength. So I feel like for the Divine Masculine, this is coming through now to show that you're kind of strong enough to receive the love that you want to receive. You're strong enough to make a shift, to get outside of any cyclical patterns of relationships. And when I say relationships, again, I do mean, I feel like this is completely applicable to friends and family as well. But you're realizing that you are strong enough to get out of any cycles that you've been going through in terms of the love you're receiving or the love that you are giving out. And of course, above the Strength card, we have the Infinity symbol. So it is also going to impact your twin. It's only going to help make you stronger and make that connection stronger with your twin as you realize and evaluate the connections you have, how you express love, how you receive love, and what is kind of a normal exchange of that with you. So let's go on to the next card. So the next card is going to be for the Divine Masculine. What are you healing regarding your twin flame connection? So connection to the Divine Feminine. So what is Divine Masculine working on healing right now regarding their connection to their Divine Feminine? Okay, So the card that we got is 15, which is wild. I'm just going to look it up in the book real quickly. So we have the woman. She's on a boat. It's like in the night. She's wearing all of that red. There we go. Okay, so there is a wild, untamed spirit inside of you, desperate to be unleashed. Free it and claim the gifts of energy, power, passion, and creativity it offers you. Okay, through suppressing your wild, succulent, outrageous, and untamed self, you dull your senses and crush your creativity. You shrink, lose your energy, and become depressed. Your relationships suffer and your rage grows. You become ashamed, hostile, cold, boring, over-serious, and scared. You stop taking chances and live in mediocrity, constantly trying to protect yourself. The truth is that no one can judge you, punish you, or hurt you as much as you can. This is a great card to have as what's being healed with the divine connection to the divine feminine. So it looks like divine masculine, what you are working on healing as regarding your connection to your divine feminine is you're starting to let go. Not like detach from your, not to like leave your twin behind, but you're starting to let yourself go. You're starting to let your true creativity, your true passions run wild. You're starting to realize that you have to, in order to get the passion, the desire, the connection that you want, the love that you want that we just talked about in your 3D, but regarding your twin, that you have to stop being scared. You're realizing that you have to be willing to take a chance, to let go, to do something wild, to do something crazy, to get off of the norm. It said to stop living in mediocrity, to stop worrying, to stop living in fear. And that's something that you're realizing. It's like, what's the phrase? That's like the greatest risk lead to the greatest reward, something like that. It's like you have to take a chance if you want something great and amazing. And you're realizing that specifically regarding your twin flame. And the bottom of the deck we have for that is procrastination. So this is something that some of you have been literally procrastinating, letting yourself loose, letting yourself really take a chance with your divine feminine, to go wild, to express your creativity, to express something to your divine feminine, to pursue something with your divine feminine. Some of you have been procrastinating this. And look, we have an 8 for this procrastination. But it's time. And like even in this card, the woman in the card, she has a candlelight here, but she's just sitting not doing anything. And then when you decide to let go, you use that candlelight to guide you forward with all of this boldness of the color red that she's wearing in the wild card. Ready to go forward. Ready to be wild, to do something, to let yourself loose regarding your connection with your twin flame. For some of you, that may mean doing something public with your twin flame, expressing yourself. Some of you, it's just reaching out. Others of you who have been reaching out, it's just taking it to another level, really expressing yourself and letting yourself go. So let's get a card from the Crystal Visions Tarot for this wild card being here, for what's being healed by the divine masculine regarding the connection with the divine feminine. Knight of Cups. Like I said, you're needing to go free and express yourself. You're needing to come forward to your divine feminine as this Knight of Cups, ready to say, you know what, I've been procrastinating. I've been living in mediocrity regarding our connection, just being okay with the status quo. But now I'm ready to go wild. Now I'm ready to release my passion, my desires, to go for it with this Knight of Cups. In the bottom of the deck is the King of Swords. So it's like, this is you starting to really, this is you once you make up your mind, become clear in how you feel, clear in your mindset, clear in how you want to move forward. and become strong in that and stand firm in that so that you can make decisions knowing exactly what you want and then start taking these actions. What else is this wild card about for the Eight of Wands, communication? Bottom of the deck, Eight of Cups, leaving something, emotional baggage behind. So yeah, you're leaving the mediocrity, you're leaving the just being okay. You're ready to release yourself from sometimes. Some of you may have just be needing to release yourself from emotional baggage, maybe regarding love, but some of you just be that fear of the unknown. But as you can see in this card, I mean, she's going into the unknown and she is bold. She's ready to go. She's ready to go wild. She's ready to come forward to communicate. Okay, so the last card that we're going to get is what's going on for the Divine Masculine and what are they healing regarding their emotional body. So with the love card that we already got regarding 3D things, it's definitely emotionally related, but we're going to see if there's anything specifically from the emotional body, so to speak, that Divine Masculine are working on healing right now. Divine Masculine. Okay. Take off your mask. 11. So with this being as what's being healed with your emotional body, this definitely seems all in line. So it's like Divine Masculine, from your emotional body, you're working on becoming emotionally vulnerable. First of all, becoming emotionally honest and aware and vulnerable with yourself. Realizing how you truly feel. Realizing how things have really emotionally impacted you, whether you've wanted to address them or acknowledge them or not. Realizing how you've been kind of putting on a mask, you've been putting on a front about how it is you feel about certain things in your life, certain people in your life, how you feel about yourself in your life. And you've been really going through this, which is why it makes sense why regarding your 3D life you're looking at love. That's again a part of our emotional bodies, but right now it's like you're thinking about and you're working on healing through your true emotions, how you truly feel about yourself, how you truly feel about the people in your life, how things have impacted you. I feel like especially how things have impacted you maybe in a more than you thought they would. Especially regarding relationships. And I haven't noticed this before, but the girl in the card, it looks almost like she's wearing like a white dress, like almost like a wedding dress. So for some of you Divine Masculine, part of what you are becoming honest with yourself about is how you may have some kind of core or long-standing wound regarding a past serious relationship. May have involved marriage or family, but just a very serious past relationship that you had, that you're becoming honest with yourself about how you kind of carry those scars with you. Even when you wanted to pretend like it was okay and you just didn't deal with those things, you're starting to deal with those things. You're starting to acknowledge those pains and how they've really hurt you, how they've really impacted you. And the bottom of the deck is letting go. It's because I feel like Divine Masculine, like I said before, it's like you're feeling ready to start addressing things. Some of you are just feeling ready to let it go. And the more and more you take off your mask and you are truthful with yourself and you feel like man, that really impacted me more than I thought, and I never really dealt with certain things. The more you do that, the more you work through your stuff, the more you're going to be able to let go. You're not just going to feel like you don't want to deal with something anymore. You're going to be ready to actually release those things as you deal with your emotions straight on. So let's get a card for take off your mask for the Divine Masculine and their emotional body. Ooh. Okay. So we got, the first card was the Six of Pentacles and the reverse. So your emotional body has been imbalanced so far, Divine Masculine. Some of you haven't been dealing with emotional hurt, emotional scars, and because of that, there is an imbalance going on. You just kind of pushed the pain down and didn't deal with it anymore. For others of you, with this kind of, because it's the emotional body, you had something, traumatic happen. You had some type of emotional hurt. And instead of healing through those things initially, what you did was you just kind of shut it down. You decided to either not give yourself to anyone else because of, something emotionally difficult that happened. You decided to shut down and not give yourself to anyone else. Others of you dealt with it the opposite way, where you shut down, but then you just started opening yourself up, so to speak, to other people, but just not keeping them close to you. So it's like two different opposites of way how this manifested in a imbalance. The other card that flipped over is the Two of Wands. So again, it's like after this emotional hurt happened to you initially, you had this imbalance happen, and it made you kind of go in an opposite direction than you were before. It made you a different person. It changed you, kind of shifted you on to a different direction. Now, we kind of had two split, the decks was kind of split in half. So one of the bottom of the decks was the Ten of Wands. And I feel, again, this is that feeling of you're ready to let go, of you've been feeling burdened by this. You're realizing how burdened you felt like this, how you're kind of just tired of feeling this way. The other one is Eight of Cups. So it's, again, you're ready to let go. You're ready to start shifting out into something else. Also, I feel like with this take off your masks, Divine Masculine, some of you, you're ready to take off your masks, but you're not sure how to actually do it. You're not sure how to actually make this your new normal, the new shift in your life. But that really comes with just feeling everything that you need to feel. As you feel all of your emotions, whether they're happy or sad, and acknowledge them all and kind of work through things from the past, it will become easier in terms of how to actually make this change a permanent change, how to make this shift a permanent shift. Sorry, that was my Siri. So, how is this take off your mask really impacting Divine Masculine, the Moon? So I feel like you're acknowledging, and I feel like this is more in line with like secrets. You're acknowledging the things that you've hidden from everyone else in your life, Divine Masculine. You're acknowledging that secret pain that you deal with or haven't dealt with, or like dealt with by not acknowledging it in your past. You're dealing with those things now. Knight of Swords. And I feel like this is you kind of coming to yourself saying, you know what? This really bothered me. This really hurt me more than I thought it did. Another 8. So we have the 8 of Swords. So as you're doing this, Divine Masculine, as you're kind of acknowledging these deep-rooted things, you have to make sure not to overthink it. Because part of the reason you haven't been dealing with it is because, not necessarily because you've been overthinking it, but you've kind of put your own blindfold on and you haven't allowed yourself to deal with your emotions. Like, even in this card, the woman, she's blindfolded and she's tied, she's surrounded by all of these thoughts, but she doesn't kind of acknowledge them. She thinks she's trapped there, so that she has to deal with whatever trauma has happened. But for you, Divine Masculine, you need to like step in this water, to step in your own emotions with this moon card, to step into everything that's hidden so that you can move forward. But don't, keep yourself overthinking about the emotions. Know that it's really to release these burdens. Ten of Wands reversed, to release the hardship that you've been feeling by yourself. So what I want to do now is I'm going to get one more deck just as like an advice card for the Divine Masculine, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to use my Angel Tarot cards just to get one more card for the Divine Masculine. As you are, working through and healing these different kind of aspects of your life, your 3D life, your connection with your Divine Feminine, and your emotional body, as these things are being worked through. For the Divine Masculine. Okay, Ten of Air. The end of a difficult situation, embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Recovering from an addiction. So this is you recovering from any past hurts, recovering from anything that had been stifling to you, Divine Masculine. The next card that came out is the High Priestess. Again, listen to your intuition, have patience, consider carefully what you want before acting. So listen to your intuitions and have patience with yourself as you are healing these things. It's not something, all of these things, taking your mask off, letting loose with your Divine Feminine to pursue that, and adjusting and identifying places where love can be in your 3D life. It's not all going to happen overnight. So have patience with yourself, but follow your intuition as it's guiding you to do these different things. Bottom of the deck is balance, the need for balance and moderation, cooperation and compromise. Wait for perfect timing. So again, it's all to balance you, and it all will happen as it needs to. So that is your reading, Divine Masculine. Let me know if you like the layout. Let me know if this resonates with you. I'm definitely looking forward to reading the comments. Yeah, let me know if you like this spread, because I think that it's a cool kind of way to look at what's going on from a different perspective. So yeah, that's your reading, Divine Masculine. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.